Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are starting a whole new journey. We are checking out Peaky Blinders. Now, this is one that I've been pretty excited for to check out. Back in the day, I tried to get through the first episode, but I got maybe halfway through. But this should be right up my alley, being a British crime series, so I should love it, right?
Well, your face, right? Well, hey, I have not seen this, know nothing about it, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to dive in. Plus, it's got Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, so when the hype came out about the first season, I'm in the same boat as Mason Quinn. I got about 10 minutes into it, couldn't understand anything anybody was saying, and I said, I'm out. All my friends like, no, keep watching it. You just got to turn on the subtitles. And hey, we watch everything with the subtitles on. Plus, everybody recommended it, so I'm pretty pumped to dive back into it.
Yeah, I mean, this crushed a poll on our Patreon YouTube members.
Nice.
I have no idea what this is about. I never even heard of it until people started, shooting it off into the comments. Dead serious, yeah. I hope it's not what it ends up being what these two said. I hope we're in for a lot of good storytelling here.
All I was saying is it wasn't about the storytelling. It was literally the accents were so strong where I'm like, and at the time I didn't think that, hey, I'll put on subtitles. I was just out. I just
think hard for
Oak. Everybody's yeah, that was
then as long as it's good storytelling, let's go.
Oh, Oak couldn't understand that.
有冇人來啊？
睇見啦，去邊度啊？去揾佢啊！
Good thing this horse isn't on The Walking Dead. Hey, there he is.
Oh, there's the man of the hour.
Is that him?
God, those old streets just mud.
That was him.
Mm-hmm. Scarecrow.
Yeah, Scarecrow.
Well, they are scared of him.
Look at that. No saddle. Nothing.
Clearly an intimidating presence for the people living here.
Sir, this is her.
The girl who tells fortunes.
No, what is this?
Magic spell to make her win a race.
Thank you.
The horse's name's Monaghan Boy. Kempton, 3 o'clock, Monday. You ladies have a bet yourselves, but don't tell anyone else.
1919.
Ah, Birmingham. I was just there a few months ago. Landscapes changed a little.
Place any bets?
I did not.
Did you see a man about a horse?
And all that.
Oh, I wonder what they're building.
Wow. I mean, how about attention to detail? Holy cow.
Yeah, the set design for...
When this shot, how they're following him.
Morning, Mr. Shelby.
Morning, Mr. Shelby.
You're one microscopic cog in his...
I wonder if he was a horse rider before this, or if he learned for this show. Because I would have to imagine sometimes if you're brand new to horse riding,
you have
and
to
you have
look
to act,
confident.
Yeah.
It could be kind of challenging some days.
Bryan Cranston told a story about something where he's like, "Yep, I know how to do that." He didn't. It was to get a job as a struggling actor.
Finn?
Arthur's mad as hell.
What does a 10-year-old know about hell, eh?
I'm 11 Sunday.
Having a smoke.
What? Wow. A lucky strike.
You were seen doing the powder trick down at Garrison Court. There was a Chinese.
The washerwomen say she's a witch. It helps them believe I'm taking charge of drumming up new money.
You fixing races now. Do you have permission from Billy Kimber to be fixing races? Billy's got a bloody army!
I think, Arthur, that's what I do. I think, so that you don't have to.
There's news from Belfast.
Tommy laying it down.
He cancelled tonight at 8 o'clock. I want all of us there. You hear me? There's trouble coming.
Oh, I thought it was Winter's coming. Wrong show. Hey,
Hey.
well, I saw his name, but I couldn't wait to see him.
Munitions robbery.
Arthur Shelby, leader of the Peaky Blinders.
He's always just gonna be the Jurassic Park guy for
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys. I can't help it.
Wow. All looks like they're ex-soldiers.
Well, he doesn't want to be fed. He wants to hunt.
We're here today to take a vote on strike action. Yes. The blood shed on Flanders fields, the sweat of your brows. Who reaps the rewards? Or do they sit at home, comfortable, with a full belly, while you scrape to find enough to put shoes on your children's feet? Raise a hand, all those who want to strike.
Freddie. So we got Freddie,
Communist
Thomas,
agitator.
Bolshevik.
was the other one Arthur, right?
Yeah.
So Arthur, Thomas, and Freddie, right? So far?
Aragorn!
I must have stopped it when I was watching it before this because I do not remember the double doors.
On the house, Mr. Shelby.
How did you have a problem understanding some of this?
I don't know. It's not
Must
so
have just
bad.
been not in the mood.
Yeah, now that I'm watching it, even without subtitles, I don't know.
Yeah, we've had years of practice now
Yeah.
watching different things from different countries and accents.
I have friends and competitive bodybuilders from the UK, and it's crazy how different the dialects are in different regions.
I believe it.
Some of them are very easily understandable. Some of them are like pretty heavy. Something out of a Guy Ritchie movie.
Crown of a prince.
Oh,
Soon to be king, I'd bet.
You don't bet.
No. These past few days I've been speculating.
Razor blades in the hat.
About what? One of my union comrades has a sister. She says over the past week they've had messages coming up from London to the brass. Something about a robbery. A robbery of national significance, it said. She found a list of names left on the telegraph machine. And on that list was your name and my name together. What kind of a list would have a name of a communist and a name of a bookmaker side by side?
Perhaps it's a list of men who give false hope to the poor. The only difference between you and me, Freddie, is that sometimes my horses stand a chance of winning.
Oh, what do we got going on here?
On three! 1, 2, 3, go!
None of you home. We're all home in England.
Oh, he's shell-shocked.
You're not a whiz-bang. You're a human being, Danny. You're all right. It's all right. Did I do it again?
He did it again, Danny.
You go home to your wife now, Danny. Try and get all that smoke and mud out of your head, eh? Yes, Mr. Shelby. I'm sorry. Go on.
Mr. Shelby.
Mr. Shelby, you have to do something about it.
Maybe you should put a bullet in Danny Whizbang's head like they do with mad horses. Maybe you'll have to put a bullet in my head someday, too.
Are we foreshadowing already?
oof.
Bring the bill to the Peaky Blinders. We'll take care of it.
And I can already tell, gentlemen, we're probably going to have to show up like this for a couple reactions.
Might have to.
In the attire, that is.
I mean,
if I can't pull off a hat though, like Sam Neill can, or
season finales.
Recognise it? Get up off your ass, you mumping pig. Finn was playing with this afternoon by the cut.
oh jeez.
I must have fell out of my pocket.
He said he found it on the sideboard of the betting shop with bullets in it.
I must have been drunk.
When are you not drunk?
Look, I'm sorry.
We'll keep this between ourselves if you swear not to leave guns lying around. Now, having 4 kids without a woman is hard, but my boot's harder. Now, come on, we're late.
Oh, my boot's harder. Nice.
Back from Belfast last night.
Andrew,
They were
grow a
buying
stash.
stallions to cover their mares.
I can't grow a stash like that.
And in that pub, there was a copper handing out these.
Oh, is this Sam Neill?
They're recruiting Protestant Irishmen to come over here as special.
To do what?
To clean up the city, Ida. He's the chief inspector. The last 4 years, he's been clearing the IRA out of Belfast.
How do you know so bloody much?
Because I asked the coppers on our payroll.
And why didn't you tell me?
I'm telling you. There are Irishmen in Green Lanes who left Belfast to get away from him.
Anyway, we're Peaky Blinders. We're not scared of coppers.
He's right.
If they come for us, we'll cut them a smile each.
This family does everything open. You have nothing more to say to this meeting, Thomas?
No, nothing that's women's business.
This whole bloody enterprise was women's business while you boys were away at war. What's changed?
We came back.
Judgment is coming to this wicked city.
Oh, there he is.
And your fornication will be revealed. You cannot hide.
I don't think he's going to be finding any raptors in this one.
I don't think so.
You cannot hide from the true and living God.
Everyone's like hammered everywhere.
Oh, what was there to do for entertainment in 19... Okay, right at the...
Right in the streets. Holy shit.
There's your entertainment. It's fights.
I guess I spoke too soon.
Drinking and partying and fighting.
There's horses.
Puking.
It's horse racing.
Man, walking around there at night might not be a good idea.
Always been able to tell when you're hiding something. People around here talk. I've been talking to the wives of factory hands. Nothing happens in that factory without you knowing about it. Speak. God and Aunt Polly are listening.
I had a bar in London for some motorcycles. I asked my men to steal me 4 bikes with petrol engines. I'm guessing my men were drunk. There's a still inside the factory makes tramline gin.
Tramline
They
gin?
picked up the wrong crate.
Whoops.
Must have taken it from the proofing bay instead of the export bay.
Oh, well, that is interesting.
Inside, we found 25 Lewis machine guns, 10,000 rounds of ammunition, 50 semi-automatic rifles, 200 pistols with shells,
Jesus, Tommy.
all bound for Libya, sitting right there in Charlie Strong's yard.
Tell me you threw them in the cut.
We put them in the stables out of the rain. The guns hadn't been greased yet.
So that's why they sent a copper from Belfast.
Maybe, maybe not.
Thomas, you're a bookmaker, a robber, a fighting man. You're not a fool. You sell those guns to anyone who has use to them. You will hang. Dump them somewhere the police can find them. Maybe if they know they haven't fallen into the wrong hands, this might blow over. You have your mother's common sense, but your father's devilment. See them fighting. Let your mother win.
This round.
Nice.
I'm really liking this mix of music that they've thrown in there. Fortunately, you folks on YouTube can't enjoy it, but
It feels like there's so much drama, and then they hit you with kind of some rock, you know,
Yeah,
it
some
throws you
upbeat
off
rock.
a little. As the captions say, fast boogie rock.
Yeah.
What is she up to? Ah, meeting up with Freddie.
I got tickets for the Penny Crush. They're showing a Tom Mix picture.
I'm not in the mood for the pictures tonight, Ada.
Well, I'm not doing it here again. I got covered in mud last time. If we go down as far as Greek, we could go to a pub.
Your brothers have friends in Greek. They have friends everywhere. We'd have to walk to London.
I'm with you, because you're the only man around here not scared of them.
Oh, I'm scared of them, all right.
But you love me more than you fear them, right?
Soon, we'll tell them.
When?
I don't know. I keep talking crap to your brother, so.
There's a new copper coming.
Bad.
And Tommy says he's after the likes of you. So maybe you should burn your books and stop making speeches.
Oh, my Ada. I'm just a poor communist frog with a big mouth.
Give me a kiss, Princess Ada.
It's interesting with this music. This went from a rock to somewhat creepy-esque.
Yeah, the imagery is just awesome.
Yeah, and then she's in this
Sinister.
green, like, long dress.
I do like the shot, though.
Yeah.
I'm here about the job as a barmaid.
Are you mad?
Am I what?
Do you know about this place? Believe me, love, I'm doing you a favour.
I'm not asking for favors. I'm asking for employment.
What have we seen her in?
They'd have you up against the wall.
I have experience and references.
What part of Ireland are you from?
Galway.
Huh?
I worked in Dublin.
NXT?
You too pretty.
Watch. I wish I was in Kerry.
Oh.
Grand.
Oh, it's all over her hands. She don't seem to mind though.
Well, she's got experience, so.
Well, yeah.
Ocean,
That's so nasty.
All right.
like the melting snow.
Anything that does like 120% hand sanitizer? Or...
In Ireland, my singing made them cry and stop them fighting.
Well, I hope you know a lot of songs.
I feel like we just saw her in something. I just can't remember what.
She does look familiar, yeah.
Oh, here he comes. He's gonna lay down the law.
Hey there, copper.
He looks like a very by the book sort of fella.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't
You're
even
saying he's an asshole.
He doesn't even laugh at his own jokes.
Beggars and thieves left to run on the streets. Your masters, the Peaky Blinders, the vicious, merciless gangs, those of you who look the other way, you are worse than them. And then there are the Athenians and the communists. It is my job to decapitate each one, and by God, I will do it. I don't trust any of you.
Yes.
These are the new men who will bolster your ranks. Good men.
All the Irish guys coming in.
By the time the sun sets, they will be sworn in and in uniform, and by sun...
Oh, jeez.
They will be on the streets. God help those who stand in our way.
Wow. All right.
What a speech.
A whole new lineup.
Yep. Things are going to change.
Yeah, that don't have any of their pockets greased.
I want a blowjob off both of you before they let the ordinary people in. Where you go? Like you lads. What the to you, Southampton? Shelby.
Got him in the master lock.
Oh boy.
It's a new day, isn't it?
Brand new day, Rick.
Arthur Shelby, lead pack dog of the Peaky Blinders. Oh, look at me.
Oh, right down on the
Jesus.
nose. Sam Neill's got some big old paws on him, too.
Your uniform. Terrifying, I'm sure. Do you have a gun?
No gun. No, a finished sock. Caution his belt.
And Mr. Shelby, I want you to see this as me introducing myself to you. And all the world, the only thing that interests me is the truth. So, what do you know about the robbery?
Good robbery.
Oh.
Oh,
I will ask you again. What do you know about the robbery?
I swear to God, I don't know what you're talking about. What in robbery?
Ooh.
Jeez, man.
After 35 years dealing with animals like you, I can tell just by snuffing the air whether or not you're lying.
I'm not lying, all right? I'm not lying.
I know.
Just wanted to see if you knew.
I understand that. That is well within my power to have you and the rest of your scum family face down in the canal before the year is out.
Throwing it down.
On the other hand, we can help each other.
Oh,
He's going to turn him? No
little
way.
turncoat actions.
He seems pretty loyal to the family. I don't know about that.
I mean, that would be
But
kind
if,
of like the perfect
if Tommy
twist.
keeps pushing him away, maybe.
Which is showing that friction, man.
Yep.
Hello.
Oh.
I need a bottle of rum.
Lads, whatever it is, it's on the house.
A whole bottle. White or dark rum?
Okay.
Right, lads. Will it be two?
They both had a look.
Mm-hmm.
Harry said it's on the house.
Are you a whore? Because if you're not, you're in the wrong place.
Damn.
That's a hell of a way to put it.
Damn.
He's one of them you warned me about.
Grace, you're a friendly girl, but be careful. If I say something's on the house, then say nothing to whoever you're serving. If they decide that they want you, then there's nothing anybody could do about it. Lucky for you, since he got back from France. Tommy doesn't want anybody at all.
Oh, what are they doing?
Don't make me laugh. It hurts me face.
Bloody hell.
All right, have this. Give me that.
No, all things considering, not too bad.
You're right.
Could have been worse.
He said Mr. Churchill went into Birmingham. Something about a robbery. He said he wants us to help him. We don't help coppers. He knew all about our war records. He said we're patriots, like him. Wants us to be his eyes and ears. I said we'd have a family meeting, take a vote.
It was either that or keep getting worked over.
We've no truck with Fenians or communists.
What is he thinking?
What the f*** is wrong with him lately?
If I knew, I'd buy the cure from Compton's chemists.
I am just a young girl where they do things big and amongst
She got the whole bar just waiting.
Yeah.
the boy I love. Boy I love is looking,
Uh-oh.
waving his handkerchief as merry as a robin.
She don't care and he respects it, I think. Or am I wrong?
Well, she doesn't know
Well.
any better.
We've been said singing in here since the war.
Why do you think that is, Harry?
So did Arthur say kind of a deal this new copper offered him?
Oh, she's telling him everything.
The second your balls are empty, it's back onto politics.
Yeah, she is big time.
Yeah.
His little informant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did Tommy say?
He didn't say anything. You know what he's like.
Yeah, I know what he's like. Likes to take his fights onto the mud.
You know what he'd do if he found out about us.
He could try.
Sometimes it's like you're with me just to show you can.
One day me and Tommy will be on the same side again.
A lot of interesting dialogue from him. You know,
Tommy doesn't seem to think your way works.
Yeah. One day you'll have to take me out, potentially, and now that. I'm just starting to think about it now. I mean, like, 6 episodes per season. Man, they got to stay tight with everything, which is pretty nice for storytelling.
It looks like
Hash, isn't it? Yeah.
It's hash.
I've seen enough Locked Up Abroad to know what that is.
I've seen enough Trailer Park Boys to know what that is. That's what he needs to sleep at.
Yeah, to forget the war, probably. Oh.
Oh, man, the shit they had to go
Yeah. Up close and personal in World War I.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Hey, what you do? We're closed. You go home.
Oh, no. This is not going to go good.
Oh, this guy's...
Oh,
That's
worse.
I said, go home. Fix my life.
Oh.
Oh, right there in public. And wow. I'm sure those two guys might come into play later.
Yeah, they had an interesting look to them.
Secretary of State, this is Chief Inspector Campbell.
Mr. Churchill, sir, may I say what a great honor it is to meet you?
Bit of a whistle-stop tour.
So who do you think stole the guns?
If it is the IRA Fenians, I will find them and find the guns. If it is the communists, I will find them and find the guns. To me, there is no distinction between any of the above.
We must keep the existence of these stolen guns out of the news, otherwise we're simply advertising them for sale. If there are bodies to be buried, dig holes and dig them deep.
Oh, wow. Giving them the order.
I think they got the guy to
seems
like do it.
We can take him out to the turning point beyond Gas Street and leave him on the bank. They'll be found by railwaymen first thing.
He's gonna change his mind.
I changed my mind.
Oh!
I have an alternative strategy. Tell Curly to take her out to the old tobacco wharf. There's a lock-up mooring we used to keep cigarettes.
Have you lost your mind? Have you not seen the streets? They've sent a fucking army to find these things.
That's right. If they want them back this bad, they'll have to pay. That's the way of the world.
Your blood, Tommy. I've always looked out for you like a dad. You're going to bring holy hell down on your head.
Mm-hmm.
This copper takes no prisoners.
I'm told he didn't serve.
Is it another war you're looking for, Tommy?
The tobacco wharf. By order of the Peaky Blinders.
Well...
Are you in possession?
I thought with her being from Ireland.
Have you found anything out that might help me?
I interrogated the head of the Peaky Blinders. He didn't know anything.
It strikes me that it isn't Arthur who heads the Shelby family. It's the younger one. They say he won 2 medals for gallantry in the war.
You sound fascinated.
However, my opinion has not changed. The bookmaker gangs have other business, and the communists are too weak to have planned this. I believe the guns were taken by the IRA.
You must not let your personal history cloud your judgment.
SOA must have been around.
That the IRA murdered my father will not affect my judgment.
If you see any guns, check the serial numbers against that list. Your father was the finest officer I ever worked with. I know he'd be very, very proud of you.
You took him out, didn't you?
Well,
you never know, and it's my bold prediction. He took out her father.
Based off of what?
I got a
Just a gut
That's why it's bold, Dave.
Throwing it out
That's
there.
why it was a bold prediction. Really hope I'm
And
right.
these
Somebody's
two guys.
watching this is like,
Yep, there's
you got it.
No, the man you killed was Italian. Those 2 men over there are his brothers.
Oh, of course.
That's who they were.
If I let the Italians do this, Danny, they'll cut off your manhood and let you drain. That's how those bastards do things. So to stop a war breaking out between us and the Italians, to save you from their barbarity.
Oh, he's gonna do it himself.
Yeah, he has to.
I said I would dispatch you myself. They're here to witness.
Wow.
Huh.
I died over there anyway, Tommy. I left my fucking brains in the mud.
Yeah.
You have any last requests, comrade?
You look out for my Rosie. See the good apprenticeships at the BSA factory or the Austin, and they'll make foremen. I know they will.
That's all he wants.
Is he really going to do it?
I think he is.
Is that both for me?
We have to get your body out of the city, Danny.
Promise me. Bury me on a hill and tell Rosie where.
Oh, wow.
You're a good man and a good soldier.
Yes, Sergeant Major.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
In the bleak midwinter.
He's really taking...
Is he gonna turn and shoot the 2 Italians?
Nope.
Oh, man. That just happened.
And it's just like he said in the bar, like a crazed horse or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. So Freddy was right after all.
Mm-hmm.
It bloody won. Monaghan boy.
Oh, the horse!
Yeah, it won.
He bet against.
And word will spread. So the next time we do the powder trick, it won't be just a garrison that'll bet on the horse. It'll be the whole of Small Heath.
Ah.
the horse will win again. And the third time we do it, we'll have the whole of Birmingham betting on it. 1,000 quid bet on the magic horse. And that time, when we are ready, the horse will lose.
Third act.
Think about it.
Yeah, why get a little when you can just give out, and then to the moon, as Mason Quinn likes to say.
Yeah. He shut that shit down.
Oh, is he getting ready, though, to talk to Chief Inspector? Hey!
Well,
what kind of fake out did we have here?
Are you sure this isn't heaven?
Blanks?
If it was heaven, what would I be doing here?
God, that's what I was trying to question. Could he really do it?
A shell full of sheep brains, so it's pretty bad.
Ah, it was meant to.
Okay.
Wow.
So where are you taking me?
London. Tommy has a little job for you. Give you a chance to say thanks. You're a Peaky Blinder now, Danny.
Oh, what a twist.
That's awesome.
Bad week.
Bad week.
I checked. Did you do the right thing?
Yes, I did the right thing.
Ooh.
What kind of?
Well, Auntie,
depending on how you look at it.
I think the right thing.
Opinions vary, right?
I did the right thing for us.
Yeah, Tommy is swinging for the fences with everything.
Grace looking at him. It's Mr. Shelby.
That's right. Mr. Shelby, I should call him.
Yep.
Oh, and then the fade out.
That was way fast.
I like this red right-hander or whatever.
Holy
credits just flying.
They ain't wasting no
They ain't
time.
wasting any time getting through these.
Oh, what is that song?
What an intro to the world.
Speeding through the
Well, what an intro to the world of Peaky Blinders. And, you know, like Oak was saying, you know, watching it back now, you know, I don't know, maybe I was busier or something, but I have no explanation as to why I stopped after not even finishing episode 1. I have no explanation for what I did to myself. However, that just means that I get to watch it here with all of you and these guys. So this is going to be awesome. Like, look, these actors are already crushing it.
God,
the set
yes.
design is incredible. The music is incredible. The camera work is incredible. I love that opening scene, how they followed Mr. Shelby on the horse through everything. And then we had the interesting scene with, I believe it was Aunt Paul. Was it Aunt Paul with the green dress?
Yeah, well, Polly.
Yeah, that.
No,
the green dress was Grace. That was Grace.
Yeah, coming into the bar.
shot of Grace coming in, and of course she's in the green dress. You know, she's from Ireland and she's working with Campbell, so that's going to be really interesting. You've got Freddie, who's getting information from Ava. I don't know how long until that relationship blows up, because she's like, no, I want you to come out of the shadows, so to speak, and be clear with everything. But I just love a really good ensemble crime drama. I think this is going to be fantastic. Look, all of you have said how awesome it is. My own brother told me how awesome it was, and he couldn't believe I hadn't seen it when I told him we were doing it for the channel. He's like, all right, well, at least you get to go through it then. But I think this is just going to be fantastic. Again, the big twist with Tommy keeping the guns. That's the moment in the show where they could have gone one way and now they went the other, and now we're going to see all the repercussions that caused with them taking the guns and hiding them out where they used to do the tobacco. Sam Neill Campbell. Oh, this guy is taking no nonsense. I love when they were doing the interrogation scene. They made a point to show his hands. I mean, that guy had some meat hooks on him. And, you know, when he was snapping fingers and he pops them right on the nose, right in the bridge, across the bridge of the nose. Like, you almost felt it. But I got a feeling that this is going to be good, and those two are going to be doing battle, I think, back and forth for how long. I have no idea, but with Grace trying to feed him information. Now, they showed she's a little biased. She doesn't think that the Peaky Blinders or the communists really have any interest in taking the guns, nor does she think they have the ability to pull it off. And as Tommy told us it was an accident. They're supposed to be taking four BSA motorcycles, and they ended up with crates full of guns. So, I mean, just what a great, start to a series. That the whole thing started with 4 drunk guys grabbed the wrong crate, and now this is going to set us off into a whole trajectory of storytelling that I think is going to be just great. I'm totally hooked now after this first episode, and again, apologies to my past self.
Well, yeah, what a great introduction to the show. I mean, obviously Killian is crushing it, but as Mr. Shelby, as he shall be known. But I like it. What I like is like you have this crime. Well, I wouldn't say crime family. We don't. They're fixing races, and I mean, they're playing the long haul on that, but they basically run the town, right? They're the Peaky Blinders. They run everything. They have rum on the house. At the local tavern, they offer protection, and even look at what they did for Danny, who took out an Italian, which they're like, well, we got to make this right, so they're here to witness. And then sure enough, they got all 3 of us here. We thought they took him out, let Danny out of his misery, because we saw that he had shell shock and he was not right in the head, because even when they did tackle him, he looked around, he's like, did I do it again? Yeah. And they're like, yes, you did. Now go home to the missus and the kid and kind of, do things out. So maybe the sheep brain, like they said, knocks something into him. And then Grace, where this was kind of a cool ploy, like I did not know why they were showing, Campbell go into the museum wall. And then all of a sudden there you see he's talking to Grace, like, oh boy, no wonder she was so adamant about getting that job at the local tavern. And I love how he said to her too, he's like, don't let what happened to your father, misconstrue everything. Yeah. And I know it was the IRA that took him out, and she's like, well, the IRA did it. Like right away. But my bold prediction, I don't know if he'll make the cut, but I'm thinking that Campbell took him out because he worked with him as partners. I'm thinking something went wrong, and pow, he took him out. That is my bold prediction. I wish we had a little graphic you can put down there, and then it was, and what I'm wondering why he kept the guns, and like they even said, it's like he wants another war. Like he needs something because like he needs the drugs to be able to fall asleep, and so he said, well, even the barkeep said he doesn't want much of anything since he came back from the war. So is this what he needs to make make life interesting or worth living? And because I mean, right now that's what it seems like, but now we're going to be having this cat and mouse game between him and Campbell, which Sam Neill is, oh my god, he's awesome. So like just those two in this, I'm so looking forward to see that dynamic. Plus you have Freddie, who's with Ada, and getting all the information that she has. That I'm glad that she actually said something, because a lot of times they'll have, when that happens, whether it's whomever going for whomever to get information, usually they have it that they don't know why they're doing it, that they actually love them or something like that.
They're being tricked somehow.
Yes, I'm glad that she stated that right away. Oh, as soon as we're done, you want information. So I'm glad that they're showing that, so maybe they show that she's stronger and maybe outsmarting him and maybe even giving him fake information. But the whole, other than Aunt Paul, only, Tommy, well, Charlie, know about the pieces that were taken. So this will be really interesting to see who he ends up telling and everyone. So I am really intrigued. I am so glad we're watching this.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Mason Quinn. I watched so many shows on Netflix before we started doing this channel, and thinking I probably just sat down. I was on my couch, playing with my phone. Like I think there's memes out there. Like I need to find a good Netflix show that I can have in the background while I scroll through social media. People who have been there can kind of relate. But and I've said this multiple times before. We're just in a completely different environment. Phones off, background just noises and distractions are completely gone. No dogs barking. We don't use the restroom. I mean, it's just like solid, focused on what's in front of us. And I know in the intro I'm like, I couldn't understand what they were saying, which now I'm looking back, I'm like, yeah, that's not a very good excuse. I think maybe that's what I sold myself on a handful of years ago, because yes, while there's accents,
While being distracted on your phone.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're saying.
That's what we call a twofer.
Yeah. So, but I thought this was a really solid first episode. Of course, coming into it this many years, from when it first came out and hearing all the positive reviews, you kind of like, you're a little bit more invested, because you're like, well, if that many people are saying it's that good, there has to be something to it. So there's also that going into it. But a solid cast. I liked the acting. I thought the set design was pretty incredible, and I mean, look, we watch a lot of TV shows and movies, and we've some period pieces and historical pieces, and usually in today's day and age, if it's something that's going to find its way to a theater or being done by Netflix or Amazon Prime, it's going to have solid set design regardless of what year it's set in. But this felt really cool. It really made you feel like you were there. I liked the use of music. It's a little bit different than what I would have expected for something that's taking place in 1919. But that was cool. The dynamic of, you have the IRA, you have the communist movement, you have, the Peaky Blinders and, other gangsters. Obviously, there's the Italians and in the police force. And, it creates an interesting dynamic, and we've seen this in some other films before, where you have people who come back from war or some sort of conflict, and they don't feel, though, as if their country is doing right by them, and so the things that they do to make ends meet, they kind of like almost feel justified with it. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, and I know this is a wildly different genre, is Dead Presidents.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, so
same.
If you have, if you haven't seen Dead Presidents,
apologies, Albert.
But
sorry, Albert.
But
still love you.
So it creates like this, this interesting dynamic. Like, people should be thankful for the service that you provided. I should say provided your service. Unless you've been there, you have no idea what they've been through. But on the flip side of it, like, you still have to come back and abide by the laws, and so it creates this very interesting dynamic where you want to be sympathetic to the characters who serve, but at the same time, like, yeah, you still kind of can't be doing that. But it was a really solid first episode for me, and I'm pretty transparent with whether I like stuff or not on this channel, and I'm all in with this show now. I mean, they've definitely got me hooked. So
I hope this doesn't get me heat, but I feel like some of this, and I'm not spoiling the answer when I say this, but some of this really reminded me of Sons of Anarchy.
That's what I thought too, with them coming back from war, the IRA.
Well, the
gangs.
IRA, Aunt Polly, right?
Guns.
Gun running.
Yeah. So Aunt Polly really reminded me of Gemma. And again, I'm not going to say too much because Answer might end up doing it for everybody. But Polly reminded me of Gemma. Tommy, just tiny shades of Jackson. Some moments, because of the verbiage that was being used, like the IRA, Belfast, all the guns that's being involved here. So again, hopefully it doesn't get me heat. I don't think it would, but just in case there's some diehards with the show that just, don't you dare compare Sons to this. That's just the vibe I got from this. But
or if you love both, maybe
if you
see
love
your
both,
point.
then you might relate a little bit.
You love the shows. You love the show, and you both kind of see it.
Seen it. You're the only one that hasn't, so I'm trying to stay away from diving too much into it. But I thought the cast was interesting with some of their characters. The one thing I was trying to wrap my head around, because at least to me they presented early on, Tommy is basically brotherhood, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with what they've been through in war. Mm-hmm. So to me, and how gentle that scene was a little bit, where Tommy and Danny are walking up to that riverbank there with the Italians across stream there, just making sure that the deal gets done. I just thought it was too easy for Tommy to do that without us having some kind of big like interaction with the Italians there. So, but when he did it, don't get me wrong, I was sold. I'm like, wow, he actually did it. Okay, so Tommy, they're trying to establish already that, hey, if Tommy's going to try to prevent another in-town war, then he's going to do what he has to do. It seemed, but kind of good to see that he's going to protect his brothers.
Some other relationships to Sons of Anarchy there. We'll keep it real high level.
I'm very high level.
I think you know which.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. So I'm more, like I said, a lot of Sons vibes for me in this one. I wouldn't say like this was like a be all. I know you said you're all in. I'm still gonna obviously watch here, but if I were just no camera, none of you, and I sat there and watched it for the first one, I might have had. I would give the second episode a shot.
And then that might.
And then I would kind of see where my balance is, but because of how much praise it's got, I'm not saying the first one wasn't terrible or wasn't the greatest thing on the world, but to get me like really roped in. Don't get me wrong, the ending there, I think the last 10 minutes is what really kind of started pulling me back in a little bit, because I was kind of like, oh man, we're getting a little bit slow build there, and then it wrapped up. So again, it's not a bad thing. It's just my preferences.
The guy who's playing Arthur, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before, and it's like driving me nuts. And I'm not sure where I've seen him before, but I'm gonna have to. I'll dig maybe by the time we find the next episode.
Well, and two things that just kind of hit me as you guys were talking, because a lot of times I like to kind of bounce off ideas that you guys have. Tommy said that Campbell hasn't seen war. Now, what I find interesting is they have Campbell rolling into town, swinging his big stick around, messing with people, right? He hasn't seen war. Tommy has. Tommy has seen stuff in World War I that Campbell can't even imagine. I think what we're going to get is a massive switch where all of a sudden Tommy is going to become the ruthless, super aggressive, violent, and Campbell is going to be like totally put in his spot, is what I think, because I think he's going to end up bringing Tommy to a level that he has no idea what he's in for, because like I said, he hasn't seen war. He doesn't know like how far like Tommy's willing to go and what he's had to do to get to where he's at. So that's one thing that I'm excited to see. I think they purposely had Campbell come in there, wrecking shop, busting up Arthur's fingers, and I think it's going to backfire on him. And then the other thing I had was, I just have such an appreciation for watching these actors work and do their thing, and they give the scenes time to breathe, and they play with the lighting and the close-ups and the camera work. I just really enjoy that, but I think that's the big takeaway I have, is that Campbell
the atmosphere in here too,
right?
The exterior and interior design, like the bar, right? The bar was like,
when Grace was dumping out the spittoons on her hand.
And then outside
there's not sanitizer strong enough.
We had snow. We had a lot of fire in here, which was playing off to the lighting, which I'm surprised one of us didn't call that out right away. Wow. But just the atmosphere itself was really cool so far.
Well, because we see Thomas is, and the Peaky Blinders are ruling, but we haven't seen like him being fearful, like putting the fear in the eyes. Like, yes, they're like,
they all respect him.
They all
we
respect
don't know
him,
why.
but they don't. They haven't maybe seen that side. They know, he went to war, but they may not have seen it, or they have. We haven't yet. So that's where I think you could be right with that Campbell.
Yeah, I
still think that Campbell deep down is real evil though too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
he took out his part.
I do think Campbell is gonna rise to Thomas's level, because I think you're right. So far, I'm seeing like with that war comment. I think Tommy's going to take it one notch, but I think both are underestimating each other.
Well, because I was going to say too, other than war, would they have had? Well, they do have guns. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
I feel like one's going to try to top the other in the violence.
Yeah, I just wonder like if Campbell's going to go in there, do something, and think he's done like the ultimate thing, and then Tommy's going to come back with something way worse than he could have ever dreamed of, and Campbell's going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm totally not ready for this. But he's got Winston Churchill right there telling him he needs to get the job done, so no pressure.
If you're going to dig a hole, dig it deep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we've already seen him kind of send a message through Arthur a little bit. I feel like that was just him having fun But
yeah, well, I think that was him just trying to get some dirty feelers out there to kind of have an ear to the underworld, so to speak, to figure out what's going on. I don't think he suspects that.
Because I don't think he cared whether or not he had the guns. I think he just wanted to beat him up to send a message.
Yeah.
Honestly. So
this is going to be good stuff.
hey, what a
How can
great
we
start
forgive
to this
ourselves?
series. This has been a lot of
They're
fun.
here
Hopefully
now.
you guys had some fun with us. Yeah, we're only 11 years too late. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.